Welcome to the channel, everybody. Now today I have a very exciting Scum 0.9 and beyond news and updates video for you all. So without further ado, let's get straight into it and see what this week had in store for us. So what we're going to do first is go through some patch notes and some quality of life additions from yesterday's patch, and then we'll jump in to all the goodies. So first up first, we have bug fixes. Fixed an issue where armor tactical vests had incorrect trader icons. Fixed an issue where you couldn't cut up the pilot jacket. Fixed an issue where small and larger log shed health was not repaired correctly. Fixed an issue with repairing improvised wardrobe base building element. Fixed an issue when holding shift key would still snap base building foundation element. Fixed an issue where the claymore item didn't have a description. Fixed an issue in single player where upgrading base building elements wouldn't destroy attachment elements, i.e. doors on frame upgrade. Fixed an issue where using repair at a flag would not work correctly with improvised storage shelf. Fixed an issue when destroying a triangle foundation base building element would destroy a wall or frame that had support from another element. Fixed an issue where players were able to place multiple doors on the same double door frame. Fix an issue where the flag overtake custom zone setting didn't have a description. Fix an issue where chests and wardrobes that were created on base building elements would be destroyed if those base elements got destroyed. Removed the option to buy Leica wheel armor. Fix an issue where you could search the same rock pile infinitely. Various other base building bug fixes. So it looks like a lot of bug fixing in terms of base building has gone on with this latest patch. But it's nice to see there are some other things in there also. Now, this isn't all, of course. We did have some lovely quality of life additions as well yesterday. And these were: majority of base building elements now require less resources. Change rotation and pivot of N9 knife as well as the M possible knife. Moved long paddle item from fishing category to misc at the fisherman trader. Increased shelf life of all antibiotics and painkiller medicine. Added improved descriptions to all magazines where they show which ammo type they support. Added M249 to events. Now there are some big ones here, and two of the main ones I want to point out here is obviously base building elements now require less resources, which is a big one, and also increased shelf life of all antibiotics and painkiller medicine. This was a massive issue for me. I felt I hated how quick that these things ran out and how quickly they decayed. So it's nice to see that the decay on them won't be as quick now. But other than this, we had some lovely things show up. First one being some tank tops. So most of this clothing is, 80s, that sort of era, but it just gives us more choice, more customization for our characters. So here we go, we've got some lovely tank tops here. Then we move on to another style vest, and then we have some lovely Australian hats that come in. Alongside this, we have some nightwear for you ladies, and then on top of that we had the improvised gloves, which we can now craft out of 2 rags. So all it takes, 2 rags, and we can craft these, and we don't have to worry about just finding gloves for those hand abrasions anymore. And of course, last but not least, a lovely sheath for our knives. So no longer do we have to take up that inventory space in our combat boots or anywhere else for a knife. It can sit nicely on the side of our belt. Now there are other things on the patch notes to go through, but I will go through those visually with you all. First up though, today we had another patch for yesterday's bigger patch, and they've done some more bug fixing. Fixed the issue where Danny Trejo machete was missing on new characters. Fixed issues where you could not holster Danny Trejo's machete. Fixed issues where new skirts would give too much thermal insulation. Fixed issue where plain mouse control would not work. Reminder, advanced skill needed. Fixed the issue where flight assist would not work. Fixed issues where EMP grenades turned off gas lanterns. And fixed issues where cook food items could not be picked up. Another big one there at the bottom, which had been bugging me for the last couple of weeks, which is nice to see that they fixed that. Again, there's some new things here, but this is generally targeted at yesterday's bigger patch that came out. Now, other than this, we had some more quality of life additions brought in today, and these included airplanes now apply brakes while driver is getting out, improved camera tracking on aeroplanes, updated Chinese simplified localization, decreased frame point loss per fail when unlocking dial locks, removed server settings for features not yet implemented. So a few things there, some good ones, you know, some ones that are not so useful to us right now, but they will be in the future, obviously removing server settings for features that aren't in there yet. But of course they will be returned. So other than this, we had some other things to go through, but as I said, we'll do this visually now. So head over there now and check those out. Ah, it's nice to be back in the planes again. Lovely jubbly. Now, feels a bit stiff first time I got in here.
That's what she said.
But I have been told, well, I say told, I did see on Twitter that depending on your, obviously your flight skill, or your aviation skill I should say, will depend on how well you can maneuver the aeroplane. Okay? As you can see, just flying around like this, it will slowly go up by itself. But it's just nice to see these are back. Obviously it is only the crop duster version at the moment, but just wanted to give you a quick look at the Kinglet because it is back. And obviously these are modular now. Now I did have a quick look, I couldn't see anything in regards to taking things off of them. Like I thought you may have to find the front propeller or something for it, or an engine part, but it looks to be that it is just health and fuel, there is no battery. Whether or not again this will change in the future when they add additions onto vehicles is another thing. But we'll have to wait and see on that one. Through the power lines. Hey presto. Lovely job. So, one thing that they have changed on this is the weapons. Now, beforehand, it was an RPK. They've now upgraded this to an M249, which gives you better rate of fire and a few more extra rounds. Lovely. Okay, so as you can see here, we have ourselves a car, full battery. We've got ourselves some EMP grenades. So what we're going to do, just going to walk back here, throw one of these at the car. So there you go, you can see a radius that pops up around it, so anything inside that radius will be affected. So if we go over to this car now and have a little look, as you can see, it completely drains the battery. So, gives you another useful tool to ambush with. Hide in a bush, see a car coming down the road, if you perfectly time that EMP grenade, that battery's going flat. So, you know, it gives you more opportunity to ambush people, it gives you more opportunity to, again, you could, you know, kill the battery off in someone's car if they've parked it somewhere and then just lay in a bush and wait for them. You know, with a spare battery on you and then take the car afterwards. You know, it's a bit easier rather than trying to lockpick and then someone that owns the car comes up behind you and shoots you in the head. You know, it just gives you a bit more of a chance. But these do work on mechs as well. So I'm going to go run over to a mech now and show you exactly how they work. Get the attention of this mech around here. As you can see, the mech shuts down. Now, it is only temporary. There you go, lights are back on, and he'll come back up. Now, he has come out of combat mode now. Okay, so we'll go back to his normal patrol route now. Okay, we have our next big change, which is we can no longer click and drag boxes it physically does not let you move the mouse if you click on it and hold it. Okay. So what we now have to do is actually pick these up and transport them. And yes, you cannot jog and you cannot run. You have to walk with them. All right. So a bit of a slow process, but understandable. If this thing's full, like to the brim, and it's weighing you down, you're not going to be able to jog or sprint with a box this big anyway. So I can understand why they've done it that way. And I can understand why they've done it, because it stops exploits of people using boxes and clicking and dragging and stuff like that. You know, if you go and raid someone now, you're going to have to carry the box out. If you can't carry all the loot out, etc. You can't just click and drag them out. Which again is a good thing, because then you can't click and drag boxes out of bases that you've, say, jumped into with a motorbike, if they've left gaps in and you haven't got the pick locks, etc. It's happened to me before, so I can see why they've done it in that way as well. But there you go, another little change for you there. As we can see, we have new headgear appearances. Now this is changed, so we can actually mix and match these in a way of doing this. As you can see, we now have 3 different items for headgear on here. Obviously, if we put this one on, just takes the head off, and we keep the glasses and the motorcycle mask on. All right. There you have it. This works with all headgear. Okay, so all your military headgear and stuff like that. Again, this opens up other avenues for further down the line for more attachments, things like that to come out for headgear. Possibly having a flashlight attachment on the jacket here would be nice, to have a pocket flashlight on, so you don't have to have your handgun flashlight on at all times. That way you can use, say, a bow and arrow and stuff as well, would be nice. But again, there are different avenues that you can look down in the future. But for now, it's a good little thing. We go in here, we can take just the glasses off, go back into picture mode just to show you properly. Obviously, we've got this helmet on, so it will not show you properly, will it? Let's put this one back on. And there you have it. We've just got our aviators on now. Lovely. So, another little change there for you. Lovely little job. So, that's pretty much going to be all from me for this video. There have been some more changes to the bunkers. I have seen that they have been nerfed a little bit, but I will go down and make another video for that and show you all tomorrow. For now, thank you very much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed the video. Just want to give a quick shout out to our channel members: Megahoof, Mary G, Alti, Nectar, 940, Phoenix, and Sam. Thank you very much for your extra and ongoing support. It's always appreciated. If you want to join them, you can do. Head over to the channel, hit that join button, and see what perk suits you best. It all goes back into the channel, gives you all a better viewing experience. But if you want to support me in another way, you can do simply by liking, subscribing, and hitting that notification bell. And that way you'll stay up to date with the latest Scum news, guides, and content over on the channel. Until next time, see ya!